Hey everyone, let's get our mixed media messy on again this month. For some reason I am loving the mixed media and I can't get enough of it this month. So everything I've done for the DT and is mixed media. So I'm just using the acrylic paint here that we got from the Kaisercraft brand, and I just sprayed water straight onto the page so that I could water it down as I'm smushing it on. I am using my little spatula brush, which is just like, instead of having the bristles, it's just silicone so that it's straight and it makes that just like a spatula that you cook with, I guess. So you can see there, I just was going for, I actually was going to leave the background just like this. I wanted to have it a bit watery down, a bit of the horizontal and the vertical lines. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll just put some little splatches, like little swatches of this silver. And then I thought, oh no, I'm not going to get out that right because I haven't dried it in between and I just don't have time for that. And then I decided I would do this, and I love the way it turned out. So I'm just using the tip of the silicone brush and putting lines onto the page, just quickly and randomly, crossing over each other when it does, and other times just in a row, and moving my hand around so it's all a bit of a random pattern. And that's just going on there all over the background. So that's the Vicky Buden Silver Glaze. So you could do it with anything. I've done it with just paint before. You could do it with modeling paste, anything really, anything that is have some kind of wetness to it so that it can adhere to the page. So you can see, just putting it here, there, and everywhere. Cleaned it up. And I'm going to work now while I give it a little bit of time to dry. Just going to work on my photo and my layers and clusters and whatnot. So I decided I'd go for something very different. I haven't done this kind of a layering thing. I haven't actually used, I was nearly going to say I didn't use any pattern paper, but that was going to be a lie. So I'm just pulling out some of the things that I thought might work. I'm pulling out some of these circle phrases. I've got these grey and black leaf fronds. I've got the wood grain frame, and then the leaf wreath, and then this blue envelope. So I'm liking the way those three things, the envelope, the frame, and the wreath here, layer so nicely behind the photo. So that's just going to be something different. And I thought, rather than leaving them open, that I would layer some pattern paper behind the wreath and the frame. So I'm starting by using this blue watery colour behind the frame, because the wreath, that's going to be the top layer before the photo, so that's not sitting flush on the blue background. So it was a nice spot to bring in that blue again, even though the blue envelope's going to sit onto the background, but it's blue stripe, and I didn't want that totally like in your face. It's nice to have a bit of things that are subtle and whatnot. So I thought I'd put some black and white behind this frame, and I had to work out what I had, and then I remembered we have this the 6x8 paper, so I'm going to use this one that has all the words, which is a really nice little layering piece. It's not overwhelming, but it's really nice to look at when you're looking at details. So just putting it on and going to have that as my layering on that piece, and then I'm going to have that blue. So I've got some cool layers, something totally different behind the photo rather than the normal pattern paper layering and things that I tend to do. So that was a really fun little accident that happened when I pulled out the ephemera. So you can see I've got my really useful box sitting there to my right, as always. My paper's not dry, my mixed media is not dry as always, so I'm bending it just to see if I can get it as flat as possible. Oh. Did you see that? Sorry, the news is on and it just said that there's a spiked lollies are being given out in Melbourne. So anyway, back to the layout. So I'm just going to stick it down to the background first, and I'm just layering all these pieces flat on top of each other, just using double-sided tape. And then I'm going to use double-sided foam tape to add my photo up. Now, I had no idea what else I was going to do. Like, isn't it interesting when things come together the way they come together? And it's going to look great in the end. I didn't even know what it was going to look like, but it really worked out well, and I'm really so surprised and happy about it. So I'm just going through all the other embellishments I had, and going to just have a look at the stickers. And then I'm going to add a doodly border because I figured it needed something, and I really wanted to go with a bold border, but then I just got a bit scared, but I'm so glad because it didn't. I do something more bold. Well, you've probably seen in the little preview photos, but if I did a bold border as well, I think it probably would have been too much. Now, I was loving these clear stickers this time in this layout, so I've put this one that says life. I really like the way it's sitting on top of the words there, and I'm going to add this little frond of leaves there. It's nice grey tone, so the grey and the black are really popping. And this camera here, because the pattern paper on the frames there was not busy, just the clear stickers went really well. So then I decided I was going to have a title because the life wasn't going to be my title. But then when I looked at these stickers, I figured if I kept the life there and put that and good, then I'd have a really cool title where the good life, where it wasn't all just the same three fonts in the stickers or the letters. So I like that way. I like the way it's pretty graphic, and then it the life just blends in but sits and nestles in really well with everything going on. So that was a really lovely. So I'm trying to work out, I wanted another arrow for some. I don't know, if anyone like me, I don't like just one arrow by itself on a layout. I feel arrows need to be in at least a cluster of two, like not even a cluster. It could just be two on a page. They don't need to be near each other. But I was trying to work out if I had another one that is a similar in terms of size and stuff. The scale wasn't working with the one that I found. And then I thought, okay, let's have a look at what else I pulled out, have a little play with things to see what else I could work. And then I've got the circle ones. I've put them in a few places, and then I found these two die cut arrows. So I've pulled off the arrow sticker, and I've worked out that the two arrows are going to perfectly go there, and those word circles are going to spread out and just be there, sprinkled in the big cluster that's happening, and that just works really lovely. So on they go. I am acknowledging at this point, I'm thinking there needs to be something else to this cluster here with the camera and the little circle phrase. Just trying to work out what. I didn't want to put that flare on because it's the same. It's black with the same words. Love this as one of the other circles. I do pull out some of these leaf fronds and put them in this cluster here. And that's just going to round that cluster off. After, actually, I'm going to put some enamel dots on, and then that's going to be that cluster done. I really like the way the black and they're grey. The grey and the white, and then I do put in some of these minty blue enamel dots. I think they just went really well with the layout, especially because that's the colours of the layout. I really like sometimes, well, actually, I think I do it quite a lot, actually. Now here, I was like, can I do this? I got out my big Sharpie, and I just go for it. And this stage, I'm like, why did I do it? No. And I go, I've already started. I've got to keep going. My paint's not dry, so of course I need to clean my pen. And my pen starts to not just be great because it's on top of paint, especially because it's still wet. And so I pull out my paint pen, and it makes all the difference. It just makes it perfect. I should have just done that at the beginning, but that's okay. Got there in the end. So, and I just love the way it works. I was thinking, oh no, I should have done it at the beginning because it's going to look like I did it at the last minute, and it's not going to look like it's part of the background, but it worked. So I'm going to add some of the black splatters just using the paint pen there, and then I'm going to add some more of the blue splatters just to bring the blue to the forefront. So I was saying before, I don't often do it, but I actually really do often do it, is that just pick one colour out of the kit and then add it with the black and the white, and in this case with the grey. So I really like to do that when especially if I'm feeling a bit unsure of what I'm going to use. Picking the colour will then make everything come together. Anyway, that's my layout done today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and getting your mixed media messy on yourself. Have a great day, guys. Bye.